Reviewing the evaluating piece from our last chapter, our last unit, it says f of x equals 6x plus 7. Evaluate if we have f of 5. So the function of 5, the function when our x is 5. So reminder that when we have this, for some of you, I had you write out the equation, and then what I had you do was erase the x, and then in parentheses, I had you put in that value, right? And then you just entered in the calculator. We can do this by hand. What's 6 times 5? 30. And then what's 30 plus 7? 37. So when our x value is 5, we can say our y value has to be 37. That's it. Ready? All right, so what we're going to get into is we're going to get into slopes. We're going to be able to compute slopes from a graph using our rise and run method. Now, what slope is, it tells me how steep a line is. So how big is that incline? So in that little blank there, we're going to write the word steepness. Steepness of a line. That's all it is. It just tells me how steep the line is. All right, so we're going to have 4 different slopes. The way you read your slopes is you always go from left to right. Like when you read, right? When you read left to right. So it's the same thing when you read the graph. You're going to go left to right. If this was representing money, I always like to refer everything to money because everyone relates to money. If your account started here and it started going in this direction, do you all think that's a good thing or a bad thing? It's a good thing. Good. That's a positive slope. Okay, so this is your positive slope. It's going up. All right. If this was your money on the left and you're going down, is that a good thing or a bad thing? A bad thing. That's a negative slope. Okay. And that one's coming down. So if you want to draw your little arrows, that one's coming down because you always read left to right. All right. The one after that's our zero slope, right? There's no change. No change in your account. There's zero change. That is your zero slope. You'll always get a zero slope when you divide a number or a 0 by a number. When you divide 0 by a number, your calculator will tell you that it's 0. So when we start calculating tomorrow or even today, you'll see that it'll give you 0. All right, and then the last one is undefined. That means you can't really tell, all right, anything. Like that's just, it's not telling me anything. So here, you're going to get this anytime you have a number divided by 0. And with your calculators, with the yellow one, it will read undefined. Like that's what it'll tell you. Next year when y'all do slopes, because you guys will do this in geometry, I'm doing it right now with my advanced kids, they have to use the blue calculator. So with them, they have to remember anytime they get the word error, that's their undefined slope, okay? Because it doesn't just tell them when they're doing it. All right, so this is our slope formula. We have y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. And these are going to just be whatever points we give you. We won't do this one until tomorrow, okay? What we're looking at today is we can also use rise over run. Anytime there's a graph, rise over run is the easiest way to do it, okay? All right, so I'm going to teach y'all rise over run first, and then we can kind of check with points later on. All right, so I'm going to find 2 points, 2 really good points, and I'm not talking about like that point, because that point's like in between units there, right? That one's also in between. That one's also in between, but that one's a nice solid one. It's right at the intersection of this line and this line. So I'm going to make a point right there. All right, I'm going to find another good one, and I see another good one right here, okay? You could have also picked this one if you wanted to. If you wanted to pick that one, you could pick this one. That's a nice, good, solid point there, right? They're whole numbers. Okay, so what you're going to do is we're going to do rise over run. So rise over run. Your rise means that your line, you're going to count either up or down. That's the change in y. That means we're changing that value of the y. All right, and then down here at the bottom, it's our run. You can only run left to right, right? You can't run up or down. You can run left to right, though. Okay, so all we're going to do is you're going to pick 2 points. I'm going to pick this one and this one, okay? I'm going to start here, and I'm going to go whatever direction it takes me to get to the blue one. Should I go up or should I go down if I'm trying to get to the blue dot? I'm going to go up. Now, think of your y-axis. I'm going up 1, 2, 3 units. I'm going up 3 units. Going up, is that a positive or negative direction on the graph? Positive direction, right? Because your positive numbers are up on top. So I'm going to do plus 3. All right, then I'm going to go to the left to get to my blue dot. So I'm going to go over to the left 1. If I'm going to the left 1, think about your axis. If you're going to the left 1, is that a positive or negative direction?
Negative.
A negative direction. So I'm going to put a negative 1 there. Okay, so we have positive 3, negative 1. What you need to decide is which one goes first. Should I put the negative 3, the positive 3 first, or the negative 1 first? It has to be the one that goes up and down first. So because I went up, that positive 3 is going to be on top. So I'm going to put positive 3. On bottom, I'm going to place the negative 1. All right, and if you enter this in the calculator, it's going to give you negative 3. That's it. So your slope is a negative 3. So that means it's what type of slope? Positive, negative, 0, or undefined?
Negative.
It's negative. If it's negative, it's negative. If it's positive, it's positive. All right, so this is a negative slope. All right, so let's look at the next one. You're going to find me 2 solid points. I'm going to find this point here. And I see this point right here.
Wait, so does it matter what point?
It doesn't. I mean, you can see this one here too, right? I mean, there's a lot of points on this one. Looks like that one's hitting all great intersections there. So you just pick any 2 points you want. All right, so I'm going to start down here at the bottom, just because I have room to write. I'm going to go up or down to get from this point to this point. Should I go up or down? Up. So I'm going to go up how many? Up 1. Going up 1 is positive or negative? Positive 1. And then I'm going to go to the right 2. I'm going to the right, not 2, 1. Plus 1, sorry. All right, so I have 1 over 1. That's it. Your slope is 1 over 1. What's 1 divided by 1? 1. Your little m is your slope. Anytime you see that little m, that's the variable they use for slope. Is that a positive, 0, negative, or undefined?
Positive.
So you're going to write positive slope. All right, let's try the next one. All right, on this one, there's no going top to bottom, right? There's only a left or right. So I'm going to just go from here, and I can just pick any point to stop at. I can do the next one to the right. You can do 2, you can do 3, you can do 4. Because what happens is, because there was no rise, right? There was no direction of going up or down. It's 0. And at the bottom, you just put however many you go over. So I'm going to do plus 1. You can do minus 1. It could be plus 5. Because with this one, when you divide 0 by a number, the outcome is going to be 0. So your slope is just 0. Or even if you just look at the graph class, if you know that's a 0 slope, y'all can just put 0. Y'all don't need to count going top to bottom, left to right. All right, so then your classification, this is a 0 slope. All right, when you're ready, we'll go to the back side. All right, so I picked these 2 points. I decided to go down on this one, so down negative 1. And then I went to the right, positive 3. You could have picked 2 other points. If y'all wanted to pick, let's say, this one here, and let's say this one over here, that's fine, right? If I would go down 1, 2, if I went down negative 2, and I went over 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I went positive 6 to the right. Yes, they're different numbers than the negative 1, 3, but when you enter it in the calculator, and you enter negative 2 over 6, it's still going to give you negative 1 over 3. So what I was explaining to some other students is it doesn't matter which points you pick. You just have to make sure they're nice, solid points, because in the end, the calculator is going to reduce it for you. All right, so was this a positive or negative slope?
Negative.
A negative slope. So our slope, our m, was negative 1 over 3, and this should have been a negative slope. All right, let's look at the next one. So let's look at points here. What points did y'all pick here? Someone give me some points. Tell me if you have to tell me the points. What points did y'all pick?
Negative 4, negative 4.
Negative 4, negative 4, he says. All right, what would be another point?
0, negative 2.
0, negative 2. That looks good. All right. So to get from this point to this point, should I go up or should I go down? Up. Up is that a positive direction or negative direction?
Positive.
That's a positive direction. Because on the y-axis, that's where the positive numbers are, right? All right, to go to the right, if I'm going to the right, is that a positive or negative direction? Positive, good. So if you notice, they're both positive. So with this one, It really doesn't matter if you accidentally get it mixed up, but it should always be your vertical, which is this one, over your horizontal, which is that number. All right, so 2 divided by 2 is 1. Okay, so our m is 1. Is that a positive, negative, 0, or undefined slope? Positive. All right. All right, let's look at the next one. So this one, I said if you knew what the slope was, y'all don't need to write me any numbers. What type of slope goes side to side? What did we say? 0. So you just put 0, and your classification is just 0. So with your 0 and your undefined, just memorize what they look like. And then y'all just have to write down whatever definition, whatever slope it is. Okay?
What if it's like
We're going to get to that one. All right, what about this one? What points did y'all pick for this one? Did anybody do, D?
I think it's the 3 points.
Which ones? It's okay, I did. But I know some kids worked along. Did anybody do D yet? Sure, James, which one did you pick?
negative 2 point.
Oh, -2, -2?
Oh,
Okay, and what other point?
5, +5.
+5? Oh, so 2 +5? Okay. All right, so if these are the 2 points we're picking, should I go up or down from my blue one to get to my red one? We're going to go up. All right, so I'm going to go up and you're just going to count. So we're all writing this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I went up 7. Is that a positive or negative direction? Positive, because remember, on the y-axis, your positives go up. Your negatives go down. All right, and then from here, am I going to go to the left or to the right? The right. 1, 2, 3, 4. So to the right 4. Is that a positive or negative direction? Positive. All right, so now you have to decide, is this 7/4 or 4/7? It's always the one that goes up and down first. So it's going to be 7 first. 7/4. Enter this in the calculator, see if it gives you anything different. Does it give us anything different? No? All right, so then 7/4. Is this positive, 0, negative, or undefined? Positive. Okay, so again, memorize these two at least, these two next ones. What's this next one here? We already did the 0.
Undefined.
This one's your undefined. Some teachers like to explain this one, that this makes a U for undefined. But that can be a little confusing. So all I'm going to say is just memorize it. The one that goes up and down is undefined. All right, and then all you would do here is you would write undefined and then undefined. All right, because there's no number to it. All right, and then the last one. Somebody give me 2 points. What 2 points can we focus on?
-3, 5.
-3, 5. That's a good one. All right, someone else. Give me one more other point. 1 and 3. Perfect. All right, so we decided on -3, -5, and then 1, 3. So from this point, should I go up or should I go down? Up. Okay, so from this point, I'm going to go up. So I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Up 8. Positive or negative 8? Positive 8, because that's a positive direction. And then I'm going to go to the left or to the right?
Right.
1, 2, 3, 4. So to the right, +4. All right, so we have 8/4 or 4/8? 8/4. All right, and what does that reduce to? The calculator should reduce this one to 2. 2/1, which is just 2. All right, is this a positive, 0, negative, or undefined slope? Positive slope. Good. So we're going to put 2. And this is a positive slope. Okay, so let me just clarify something real quick. Some of you may be thinking, well, why do I always have to start at that point? You can start at the other point, okay? If you wanted to go to this point, here and that be your starting point, how would I get from that point to the other point? Would I go up or would I go down? You would go down. So it would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So this would be a -8. Except this time I'd go to the left. And that would be 1, 2, 3, 4. But that would be a -4. So if you do -8 over -4, the calculator is still going to give you 2. So it doesn't matter which direction you go. Just make sure that if it's positive, it's plus. If it's negative, it's a negative, right? And then make sure you're entering it right. All right. And I think that's it for us today, right?